Hello, in this video I will try to explain some ways we will be interacting with IPython notebooks using the Jupyter interface for our class. Jupyter uses something called a client-server system to interact with the user. In this case, your standard web browser is the client. The browser communicates with Jupyter, which is the web server. Jupyter takes the communication and runs the Python code in a Python interpreter that it controls, and the results are passed back up through the conversation chain and displayed as a website to the user. This is a very nice and intuitive model. Almost everyone knows how to work with a web browser. All you need to do is open your browser, type in the address or URL for the page you want to go visit. In this class, we are asking that all of you download and install the Anaconda distribution of Python on your own computer. You can get the installer from Anaconda at www.continuum.io/downloads. Anaconda is a distribution of Python that includes many very useful libraries that are not generally included in a basic install of Python. Python and these libraries are packaged up in an easy use to installer. The people at Continuum Analytics maintain the Anaconda software stack and provide it for free. Although there is a lot of other ways to install Python, we encourage you to use the Anaconda distribution because it is easy and already has most, if not all, of the software packages we will plan on using in the class, including Jupyter. Once you have Anaconda installed, you can start the Jupyter interface by typing ipython notebook from the command line. This will start your server and open up a browser window pointing you directly to the Jupyter website. Let me show you an example. I'm going to open up the terminal program on my Mac. A similar program can be found on Windows machines by typing CMD in the search box in the Start menu. Inside the command or terminal program, we type ipython notebook, which will start the server. You should see some log messages that show you what the server is doing while it is running. The ipython notebook command will also automatically start a web browser and take you to the main Jupyter window. Note the web address for the Jupyter page. When you run Jupyter on the same computer as your web browser, you actually don't need access to the internet. Use a special web address called localhost, which tells the browser client to look for the Jupyter server on the same computer. Also note the colon in the number 8888. This number is called the port. By default, most web pages use the port 80, which we don't bother to type. However, Jupyter picks a different port, typically 8888, to allow other web servers to run on the same computer. Each server gets its own port number and ignores requests coming into the computer on other ports. Sometimes computers can be problematic. There are lots of people taking this class, all slightly different computers and software. To avoid spending all of our classroom time fixing odd issues on each computer, we have decided to provide a cart full of laptops that can be used in the classroom. Although it will be easier to use your own laptop, feel free to use one of the ones we provide. All you need to do is log on to the computer using the guest account, no password. One neat thing about the client-server model is that Jupyter doesn't have to be installed on your computer to use it. All you really need is a network access to the computer's address, and you can set up Jupyter so you can access it through the internet. In class, we will be encouraging all of you to try out Jupyter on a variety of platforms to help us understand what works best for you. The key to switching between different instances of Jupyter on different machines is working with IPython notebook files. These files have the extension ipynb. When we give you assignments in class, we will give you an ipynb file, which you can download from the class website and upload into Jupyter. Let's do a quick example of downloading one of your homework files. I am going to open up a new tab in my browser and go to the Desire to Learn class at MSU, so d2l.msu.edu. I'll log in using my MSU NetID and password. And I can see all my classes. I'm the instructor for these classes, so it might look slightly different than what you see. But I'm going to select one of the classes. So your class should look something like this. I'm going to pick one of the in-class assignments just to give you an idea. So here's a Just for Fun Jupyter notebook. Let's download it by clicking on it. And I'm going to download it and save it on the desktop of my computer. Now, when I go back to Jupyter, the home screen for Jupyter, I can upload that same file from my desktop into Jupyter. And I can click on the file. Oh, I have to hit upload. I can click on the file, and here's the program that we posted. And I can just hit Shift Enter to cycle through all the cells and see what it does. And we'll talk about more of this in class. Once your assignment is done and you want to save a copy to your IPython notebook file, you can select the File menu in your Jupyter notebook and the Download as IPython notebook, or the ipynb file. Then you can just save a copy to your desktop or any other folder you want. I'm going to just overwrite the copy I already have there and replace it. Then, if you want to upload your finished assignment, you can go to the upload assignment for that day. So here's day 1, just for fun, Dropbox, and turn in your assignment here. And click the upload button. Go again to your desktop, pick the file, and hit open. Feel free to make a comment, and then you can submit to the Dropbox. That should be it. Please let us know if anything is confusing or if you have problems. We're here to help.